Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you guys hear me and see me? Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me and see me? If yes, please give me a quick yes in the chat box so I know you guys can hear me and see me. Okay. Okay, lovely. First of all, I want to take this, I just want to take a few seconds and I want to welcome each and every one of you to this masterclass where you're going to understand how you can become a seven-figure coach in India at this point in time. Does that sound exciting? Okay. That does sound exciting to a lot of you. Anything else? I think it's such a big thing that you guys have registered and you've made it here today, right? Because I understand deep down my heart, I truly know that each one of you could have been anywhere else, right? And you would have been doing anything else with your time. But instead of doing any of that, you actually decided to dedicate and commit your time over here with us today. And to me, that's just something that I really value and I really respect. So thank you for doing that. My name is Arzusha. A lot of you already must know a bit about me. When you registered for the program, you must have seen an ad or you must have seen some. I'll tell you a little bit about what made me come here. But before I get there, what of the country are you from? Which city are you from? Mumbai, Gurugram, Vadodara, Faridabad, Tamil Nadu, Vadodara, Nagpur, Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, Dharmipur, Pondicherry, Delhi, Odisha, Delhi, Gurugram, UP, Hyderabad, Vadodara, Ratnagiri, Pondicherry again. We've got some people from Pondicherry. That's pretty interesting. Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Pune, Noida, Pune. Okay, superb. That's pretty interesting. I'm also from Mumbai, like some people that we have over here. I'm also from Mumbai. So it's pretty exciting to have each and every one of you log in over here for today's class. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start the slide share and I'm going to first tell you what's going to happen today and then we'll move ahead with the rest of the class. So no, give me 1 second, guys. So what are they going to discover today? Can you have that slide? Like I actually discussed that. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Okay, so here's what's going to happen in today's masterclass. I'm going to show you how you can create a rock solid foundation. You can take advantage of your knowledge and your passion so you don't have to go through trial and error to build a successful coaching business. You're going to discover a system to define a lucrative niche for you. You're going to discover a system to create a profitable business for yourself. You're going to understand how you can make an impact and a difference in the society while you can build a happier life for yourself and you can get a massive opportunity to get started immediately. So let me stop the screen share. How many of you over here are already a coach? How many people here are already into coaching? That you're already coaching people. So if you are already coaching people, type C. And if you're a beginner, type in B. Like if you've never done coaching before, you've never life. So be beginners and people that are already coaches. People that are already coaches can just type in C. We've got a very good 50-50 here, which is nice. Okay, look. So whether you're a coach or whether you're brand new, in today's masterclass, I'm going to show you, or if you're already running something, how you can leverage that. And in a year's time, you can take yourself to a seven-figure business in the coaching training industry. Would that be useful to you? If yes, give me a quick why. Okay. Now, before I get into the content, if it's okay with you guys, can I just take 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes of your time? And can I tell you a little bit about myself? Like, who am I? What do I do? And why do I deserve to actually be talking to you today? Like, why should I be somebody that you should learn from? And the reason I'm going to share this is one of the first lessons that I learned in my journey of being a coach is that you have to earn the right to speak to your audience. And as an audience, you should only listen to people that know what they are talking about. Because people that teach you of an X topic should actually have the authority to speak on that topic basis their experience. So is it okay, guys, if I take like a few minutes and I just give a brief introduction to you of where I come from and what gives me the right to speak to you today? ऐसा नहीं है that I read a textbook yesterday and then I got up in the morning and I thought that, hey, you know what, let me go ahead and teach people how to become a coach. It's genuinely not that. I've spent a few years doing exactly this. Help people like yourself do that, and I'll go into that in a moment. So first thing, a bit of background. I am born and raised in Bombay. I'm from Mumbai, and I come from a very traditional, typical Indian middle-class Gujarati family. So that's been my upbringing. My father actually moved to Bombay from Patan when there were earthquakes that happened in Gujarat. I don't know how many of you are aware, there were really terrible earthquakes that happened in Gujarat years ago. So my father pretty much lost everything there and he wanted to begin from scratch. So it wasn't just Kutch when actually it happened in a lot of different places. The impact was in a lot of different places of Gujarat, and that's something that my father experienced. So he moved to Bombay, and the reason this is important is, so he did not come to Mumbai because he had big dreams. He came to Mumbai because that was his only mechanism to survival at that time. So while I was growing up, I think I grew up with a very scarcity-oriented mindset. Can anybody relate with this? Like, you know, when you're growing up, you only hear and you've only been taught that you need to study, you need to take up a job, and you need to build some security in your life. So I was never given that exposure of dreaming big. You know what I'm saying? I was never told that you should have big dreams and you should go and accomplish this and that. None of it. So I grew up with that mindset that I want to study, I want to get a degree, I want to take up a job, and I want to do that for the rest of my life. And I grew up with that until I did all of that. So I studied, I got my degrees, I took up a job, I was working there. And then came a point where I realized that, okay, I'm doing this, but it's fine. It didn't give me the kind of happiness I thought it's going to give me. So yeah, that's there. And one day I saw an ad like you guys are seeing one today. And my brother told me that, Arzu, you have to go ahead and you have to attend this session. It was a physical session. He told me that, Arzu, you have to go ahead and attend this. I didn't know what the session was about. I didn't know about this industry, but I went and I attended it. I was sitting there in the room and, you know, whenever you attend one of these sessions, I don't know how many of you relate with this, but you hear people talking about no matter where you come from, you can follow your dreams, you can change your life, you can do this, that. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, what are they even talking about? Like, how do you change your life like that? I had no idea. And yeah. Then I took a leap of faith, not knowing what it was going to be about. And here I am 8 years later talking to you guys, because I think a leap of faith can really, really take you a long way sometimes. So let me just go through what happened in the last 8 years. So that's actually 8 now, worked with people from 10 different countries. Over 1 million people have actually been impacted by the work we've done. We've been published on some places. I'll move further and I'll show you guys. So we've helped over 3,000. So when I say we, it's me and my 2 partners. One of my partners is my elder brother and one is his closest friend since college. So we've helped 3,000 people become coaches, 600 people become financially free with investment and wealth creation strategies. Over 150 people have started their own profitable digital marketing agencies, helped 100 game-changing entrepreneurs that were already running an online business, propel them to higher success by using our high-ticket program. And since 2015, we've been redefining standards in India, consistently hitting the high market of 1.5 lakhs and beyond. We've spent over 24 crores in advertisements. We've generated over 100 crore revenue with a database of over 6.5 lakh people is something that we have. You don't have to take my word. You can actually go online and you can check the work we've done. You would find a lot of reviews about the work that we've already done. So that's something you can check. I've given 2 TEDx talks. Both have reached really, really good number of people. Also, we've been published at Indian Express, ANI News, Yahoo News, South African News, Dubai Times, and a lot of different places. These are the kind of people that I've actually worked with, from singers to IPS officers to national award winners, national champions, entrepreneurs, actors, a lot of that. Again, a few actors. Again, a few actors, authors, national award winners, singers. We did Asia's biggest ever coaching event where we had people from 7 different countries, including London, South Africa, Dubai, Egypt, that came to Mumbai to attend this event. And we had 2,000 people that came live. This was then COVID happened. We weren't able to do physical events anymore. So we started doing virtual events. We had 5,000 people attended. It was Asia's first ever 360-degree virtual event that happened. So that's a bit of that. And the reason I share all of this with you is not because I want to boast about anything that I have done or not done. I genuinely think, guys, I've barely begun. But the reason I share this with you is I'm the same girl that 8 years ago attended an event like you guys are today on the other side, not knowing where it was going to take me. So A, of course, I want to tell you that I know what I'm doing here with you. But second, I want each one of you to know that your background and past experience does not define the success of this journey for you. All I need you to do is give me a few things for the session. For you to understand how you can become a coach, you can earn 7 figures doing this, and you can build a good life for yourself where you're not just making money, but you're also creating some impact in the world. But for us to do that together, I'm going to need you to do a few things. A, I would need every single one of you to have your cameras on for the rest of the session. The reason I would expect you to do that is, of course, I would like to see people, but more than that, I need all of you to have your cameras on for the rest of the session, because the more aware you are of today's class, the more involved you are in it, the better results you will achieve. You can always do things 2 ways in life. One is you can be on the outside and you can observe something that's happening. Second, that way you learn, maybe you'll understand a few things. But second is you can be immersive in the entire journey and you can then gain the maximum knowledge of it. Look, whether this becomes an event that you attend to learn something or not is your choice. But if you want to make today the day that you make a significant change in your life, then you're going to have to show up like that. How many of you are here today because you genuinely deep down your heart believe that you have the potential to do a lot more in your life than what you've done so far? You feel you have that kind of potential to actually create something that is next level. How many of you feel you have that potential in you? Now, if you have that potential and you want something that can help you get there, you're going to have to first show up like you mean that. And how do you show up? You be 100% here. And look, if you're somebody that just wants to explore, see, dekhte kya hai, I'm not to, then I have nothing to tell you. But if you're somebody that's genuinely that committed and serious, at least show up like that. Give me 60 minutes, next 60 minutes to show you what can happen for you. But first I need you to give me that energy of showing up. So can everybody please put their cameras on? Every single one of you, can you please put your camera on? Can you be fully here? Like you mean it. Give yourself 60 minutes. If you came and you want to lead that life, at least show up and acknowledge this, right? Step 2 is be active and participative. Don't be passive. What do I mean by that? We'll try this. Okay, so everybody open your chat. Open your chat. At the count of 3, you are going to write something in the chat box. At the count of 3. Not yet. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to type in ready in the chat box. That you're ready to make this happen. Okay? Okay, no, you're ready to make this happen now. So let's type now. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. I'm going to give you a count of 3 and then you're going to type in now. Okay. So let's do this together, all of us. So 1, 2, 3. Hit the chat box. Okay, you guys really seem ready. Cool. I really appreciate that. And the third thing that I want all of you to bring here on the table is this. You know, when I started off, I had a big inhibition. I thought I wanted to do it, but I thought it might not be possible for me. Okay. And at that time, there were people that were already doing this. They had some experience. I didn't even have a lot of that. And I was a very underconfident, unsure kind of person, right? However, whenever I meet somebody today and they're like, oh, Arzu, you look pretty young. How did you manage to do this? I think as much as I thought being young is a problem, I think it was one of my biggest advantage for one reason. Because I didn't come from a lot of experience and heavy beliefs, I was a really, really good learner. Because I was an empty vessel, right? Whatever somebody taught me, I was like, okay, fine, maybe it works. And I went ahead and I did that. I didn't come with my set of inhibitions. Some of you already coaches, some of you are brand new. You may have certain idea of how this works, how things work, how a person makes money, how much somebody can make, how easy it is, how difficult it is. All I want from you as a third commitment for the rest of the class is I want you to sit here like an empty vessel that knows nothing. You are ready to take anything you learned today as brand new information and as something that can work. I don't want your existing beliefs and experiences to interfere with what you're going to do today. Can you guys do that for me? Be an empty vessel for the rest of the class. Give me a thumbs up if that's a yes. No, like a thumbs up on the screen if that's a yes. Okay. Give me a thumbs down if that's a no. If you can't do it, give me a thumbs down. How many of you over here will not give me an answer no matter what I ask? You would sit there just looking blank at me. It's a thumbs up or a thumbs down, right? There has to be something. Maybe that's how you're leading life, not making decisions. That's not fair. It's either a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Everything's fine. Aisa nahi hai ki you can't tell no. You can if you disagree. But at least give an answer, right? Make a choice. So let's try this once more. If you're ready to sit as an empty vessel, take everything as a brand new learning for you. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, cool. Look, that works. It's probably not as difficult as we thought it is. Now, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start the content and I'm going to take you through the 5-step session where you're going to understand how you can become a coach even if you're brand new. Also, guys, I got 4-5 messages telling me, can you speak in Hindi? I actually cannot because we've got people from all across the country and English is a common language that I think we share right now as the webinar was promoted in English. It's not that I can't speak in Hindi. Truth is, I'm from Mumbai. I don't know any language very well. You know, I speak Hindi, English, bit of Marathi and Gujarati, and a mixture of it is what I normally do. But since the webinar was promoted in English, we've got a lot of audience that can only understand English. So I'm going to stick to English. Maybe when I do something in Hindi, you can attend in future. But if language is a barrier, you can log out because I'm going to conduct the rest of the session in English. Okay. So today's masterclass is divided in 3 parts. First part of the masterclass is strictly focused on getting an understanding of the world on a larger scale. So where does coaching as an industry fit in the Indian economy right now and in the Indian market space right now is what I'm going to do first. Second, I'm going to take you through a 5-step system that's going to show you how you can start and build a 7-figure coaching business for yourself. So what are the fundamentals that take somebody from starting to achieving that success? Third, at the end of this masterclass, and hear me out very clearly because you can hold me accountable to my word later, I'm going to give you something that you've never seen or heard of before. And I mean it. So maybe you've attended webinars before, maybe you have not, but I'm going to give you something today at the end of this masterclass that you literally have never heard or seen before. But for that, you're going to have to stay till the end of the masterclass. So everybody's committed to stay till the end of the masterclass. Just type in I am in the chat box if you are committed. Just type in I am. It's not a lot of work, right? I'm keeping you awake and aware of the rest of the session. So I'll wait for 500 people to type in I am in the chat box and then I'll move further. ये 2, 4, 10, 15, 100, 150 लोग हैं जो reply करते ही है. Rest I think are passive attendees. So maybe just give me a commitment that you're committed to be here till the end of the masterclass. You guys are? Superb. Let's go ahead with the first part, the truth about the world. So where the world is right now, let's get an understanding of that. And when you're listening to this, I'm going to show you some numbers for sure, but try to look at it from your own lens of the world. Okay, so yeah. So I don't know how many of you know this, but let's take a look at it. 69% of jobs in India are under threat from automation. So by 2040, it's expected that 63 million jobs would be lost due to automation. More than 247 million jobs are expected to be in jeopardy across industries. 69% jobs in India are under threat by automation, and World Economic Forum has reported that by 2025, automation would have replaced 85 million jobs globally. Inflation rate has gone extremely high. Food prices have gone extremely high. Fuel prices are at the highest. Real estate prices are going through the roof. I don't know how many of you know this, but Mumbai is the second most expensive real estate in the world. First is New York, second is Mumbai. Cost of living has been steadily rising in India consistently. A 2020, okay, now let's stop the screen share. So I have been doing this, like I said, much before COVID, correct? So I used to do a lot of physical events before COVID. And I would keep talking about this, that jobs are under threat, the world's going to get more expensive, recession is coming up. And people would hear me and they'd be like, yeah, Arzu, you're correct. But at that time, I genuinely feel these were more dinner table conversations. So, on a Saturday evening, you meet your friends and you discuss, oh, people are losing jobs, oh, there are salary cuts, oh, the world's getting expensive. But nobody would say that they are personally experiencing this. It would always be a via conversation, right? Like at that time, I still remember Vodafone had done a major layoff. Jet Airways had shut down. So I'd keep telling people, look, it's happening, and it's only going to get worse. And they'd be like, yeah. But it would never feel personal. It would always feel an outside conversation. Since COVID, I have a quick question, and maybe all of you can give me an answer, and whatever you truly feel about this. How many of you have personally in your life experienced one of the things that I'm speaking in terms of job, salary cutoff, layoff, cost of living feeling too high, or at least you know somebody in your immediate life that has experienced this? Give me a me in the chat box if you have. I wish I could screen share and show you my chat, because these are not third-party conversations anymore, are they? They've become personal, right? Every single person today is aware of the fact that AI is coming up. Layoffs are happening. Industries are affected. One source of income is not enough for you and me also. ऐसा नहीं कि पड़ोसी के घर पे ये हो रहा है. This is happening to each one of us. And we are directly impacted by this. However, have you also heard that every time there's a recession, there is a downfall? There are certain industries that really rise at that time, certain opportunities that always open up, and there are people that are able to tap into those opportunities at the given time, and then they achieve that success. So here's one such industry that is growing massively in the Indian market. Let's take a look at it. A 2023 Udemy survey found out that 72% of respondents were taking online courses to improve their mental health, which is a 12% increase from the previous year. Global Wellness Institute found that global wellness market is expected to reach $7.5 trillion, which is a 23% increase from 2022. It's the perfect time to safeguard yourself from any adversity that could come your way. 59.9% of the total global population is on this one place called social media. The revenue projection of this industry, the online education market, US dollar 166.60 globally, 5.76 billion US dollars in India. Number of online learning users, 57 million by 2027, and the Indian e-learning market size is expected to reach $14.1 billion. I don't know how many of you are actually reading the numbers that I'm saying, but this is a whole new industry in India that's coming up. मैं नहीं बोल रही कि आप coach बनो. I'm trying to show you that this is the market size that is expected to happen in India alone. Knowledge industry is the future. You can see the graph of the knowledge industry, of how it's been growing. You can just see the graph right here. Global e-learning market is to value about $1 trillion by 2028. And the global e-learning market size is expected to reach $457.8 billion by 2026. Now, what's the solution? Where do you stand in this? So let's stop the screen share for a second here, right? What does this mean for you? I'll ask you a few questions and you have to not only give me an answer, but this is the time you ask yourself these questions also, right? That I'm asking you. How many of you think you're in a situation in your life right now where whatever you are doing to survive professionally, financially, is not enough? You need more than that. Give me an eye in the chat box. If you need more than that, financially, whatever you're doing right now is not enough wealth-wise. You know you need more than that. You know you need to do more than that. Give me an eye if you feel that's you. Okay, got it. Second question. How many of you feel whatever you're doing professionally isn't giving you the level of fulfillment that you want from work? Which means, wait, before you answer for this, wait. You wake up in the morning and you feel like, I need to do something more than what I'm doing. Which means there's not a sense of fulfillment or joy or purpose in what you do right now. Give me a J for joy in the chat box. If you feel there is a big gap in that sense, then whatever you are doing it because, of course, look, life is not a Ranbir Kapoor movie, right? You cannot quit your job tomorrow. You can follow your dreams. You can travel the world. Nahi hota. Some of us have got bills to pay. We've got people to support. We've got families to survive. And you cannot go ahead and quit your job magically one day. But how many of you feel there's a lack of fulfillment in what you're doing right now? For sure. You feel that in your heart, that what I'm doing is not fulfilling enough. Okay. Third question. And this is the most important one. Do you feel you have something that you can share with the world? You may not know how to do it. You may not know how to teach, but you feel as an individual, you have something that you can share with the world from your experience, your knowledge, or learning that you will do, and you can contribute to other people's life meaningfully, which means you feel you're meant to do something that involves people. You may not know how to do it, but you love the idea of working with people, and deep down your heart, you think that's something that you're meant for. Give me a me in the chat box if that's you. In the context of this me that you've just given me and the other two answers comes the knowledge industry. Have you guys been seeing a lot more ads now than you've ever seen in your lifetime? People are teaching you everything. So you know what? Okay, some people may make jokes about this and all of that. And I've heard enough of these jokes about, oh, everybody's teaching something to somebody right now. Fine. But you know what this means? The receptivity of people. You think people are way more comfortable learning from individuals now versus only institutes? Like if people want to learn something, they know that, oh, I can learn guitar online. Oh, I can learn how to become a stronger person online. I can learn how to have a better relationship online. I can learn how to meditate online. I can learn how to dress up also online. Like there are people doing courses on styling, on fashion, on guitar, on music, on mental health, on confidence, on relationship, on spirituality, everything that you want to learn. There is somebody that is ready to teach you that online, and the market is way more receptive to them now than ever before. Plus, remember something, right? And I have said this before, but I'm going to say it again because I think it is so important, is that we are the largest population in the world. This market that you are talking about, not just the largest youth population in the world. And a youth population means buying power, means open-mindedness because they are young. And you have something you want to share with people. Where are you going to start if not here? Having said all of that, how many of you have a question now in your mind that's like, so that makes sense, but how am I going to start? I want to do it. I want to become a coach. I want to work with people, but how? I don't know. I've tried before, maybe some of you, certain things have worked, not worked. How many of you have this big question of how in your mind? Okay. So see, if I want, I can make this very complicated, right? I can say you have to do this and this and then this and this. मैं वो सारा कर सकती हूँ. I can make a whole makde ka jala in front of you. I can create a spider's web and I can tell you how complicated it is. Or I have a second choice, which is I can simplify it for you in a very simple way. The problem with the simple way is when I share it, in your mind, you're going to like, really? If it was this easy, everybody would do it. No, the fact is people don't do the simple things. So if you're ready for a simple approach, I can get started with a 5-step system that can help you become a 7-figure coach. Are we ready for that? Super. Let's do this. Proven system, which I'm about to share with you. And when I say proven, not just proven for me, we run 5 companies, guys, in the online education market, all catering to a different audience. Each one of those companies, we follow the same system. We've worked with 1,000 plus coaches that have followed the exact same system that I'm showing you right now. And hence it's proven. Something that has been done over and over again, and it's given the same result. So 5-step system, let's go. So if you're into taking screenshots and stuff, maybe now is the time you can take a screenshot, because this is literally all you need to build a 7-figure coaching business. I'll give you an overview of each step right now, and then I'll go into a bit of detail of each of these steps. So step 1 is that you find out your niche. See, you may be good at teaching XYZ, you may have a passion of teaching XYZ, but aligning your desire with the market is one of the most important things you will do when you start out. Secondly, how will you deliver it? Are you going to only give knowledge to people, or are you going to do something that helps you stand apart from the whole market? That's your first step to figure out. Once you've figured that, you need a program that really works. What do I mean by that? You need to have something that would give people an extraordinary result. It cannot just be you share knowledge, people get inspired and they go home. Your program really needs to work. It needs to create a level of impact. See, look, even if you are a great marketer, you market your program to a gazillion people, if it is something that doesn't work, you will not be able to sustain or survive. Because people talk. After a point, you won't be able to be in the industry if your program doesn't give results. So step number 2, you need to have a program that is brilliant. Step 3, you need some credibility in the market, right? Like people may love what you're doing, but for them to make that investment with you, they need to build some trust. And trust comes from credibility. So you create that. Then once you have all of this, you focus on the most important thing, which a lot of people don't, is marketing and automating a lot of your marketing. Generating people that leads that are interested in buying your product or service, and then getting them to buy is marketing. And automation is you automate 80% of the work. So it's not donkey work. Like, who would want to quit a 12, 13 hour paying job, then start a business where you're slogging for 15, 16 hours every day? You want to quit so that you can have something that's more fun, right? That's more enjoyable, where you don't work like a donkey, but you work in productivity. So that comes through automation. And then step 5, which I think most people miss on, is once you learn all of this, you need to create an action plan with dates and timelines and deadlines and put it into action to make it work for yourself. Let's stop the screen share for a second here. Are you guys with me so far? I'll go into detail of each of the step, but are you with me so far? If you are, just give me a quick yes in the chat box, so I just know that you're with me and this is making sense to you. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take you through each step in detail. So I'm going to give you an understanding of what I mean by niche, what I mean by delivery. I'm going to take you through it in a bit of detail. But again, what I want you to know while I take you through this is that it doesn't matter how much experience you have of doing this or not. Following the exact same thing can give you the result that you want. Cool? Let's do this. So first, your niche and your delivery. Look, you have to know, let's stop. You have to know who do you want to help and what do you want to help them with. How do you know that? I am a very firm believer of these things. I don't know how many of you guys are, I think everybody's got something that they are naturally good at. They may not know the technicality of teaching it, and that can be learned. But I think there is something everybody is naturally good at. And that is more what calling and purpose in life means. I think people are born with a certain inclination towards certain things and topics and skills and strengths. And that is exactly, I think, where the gift lies. So when you think of becoming a coach, you will always, and that's a deep process that I take people through, that people naturally end up finding something that they're just so, okay, I love this, even if I weren't paid for it, I would love to do something like this. That is where your niche and your magic is. Of course, once you get that, you also need to align it with, is the market requiring something like this right now? Is there a need in the market for what I think is my gift? And once you bridge these two, something that's an inner calling, plus there is a requirement in the market, you find a niche. Once you found a niche, you need to stand apart from the market with your delivery method. So are you going to make it knowledge-based, or are you going to make it implementation and result-based? That is decided by your delivery method. So step one, you figure out your niche and you figure out your delivery method. Makes sense, everyone? Just type in niche for me in the chat box if so far this has made sense to you and you've understood what we've spoken. Just type in niche in the chat box. Okay, turn your videos back on. Bet back on. The commitment, the involvement for the initial. And so many of you are like sitting in your house, you have your laptop set. I can see that you're just attending the session, right? But still you put your video off and you go to do something. I don't know what that is that you go to do, but I'm going to give it a few seconds and just keep your video on. Stay here. Look, guys, if you don't answer calls, if you don't talk to people in your house, if you don't, if you are here for the next 30 odd minutes, the world is still going to survive, Nothing bad is going to happen over there. Economy fir bhi chalegi, dunya fir bhi chalegi, government nahi giregi, kuch nahi hoga. Try giving it 30 minutes. Genuinely something so important will not happen. Just try. It's not that difficult. I know how it feels, but it's not. Just stay here. Keep your cameras on. Be fully here. Let's go to step 2. Step 2 is create a good program. It doesn't have to, it has to give results to people. Stop the screen share. It just has to give results to people. You need to create something that's very strong, and it's not as difficult to create something strong as you've been told. It's not. Look, human minds work a certain way. Okay. So if you want to take somebody from point A to point B, there has to be a certain process that you can follow to give people that result. And if you follow that, look, if you neglect, I've been in this industry 8 years. The thing that I'm most proud of is if you go online, you cannot find one person to me that can tell you that, hey, I paid for a course, I went through, not work. Not one person. And that's the only reason I'm talking to you after 8 years today. Still in the industry. Because look, people talk, you cannot sustain if you don't have something good that works. So please remember, having a good program is possible, and the way to create a good program is to follow a framework, not make it individual skill based, but make it a framework based course. The framework has to be proven. Your course needs to fit in that framework. It will give the results that it has to. Type in framework in the chat. Just type in FW for framework in the chat box. Just type in FW. Because it has to be framework based, not person based. It has to be framework based. And if it's framework based, it will for sure work. Move forward. Now comes step number 3. I think this is the toughest thing and the most controversial question you can ask when you are the one that is telling people, hey, you can become a coach and it can work. How many of you have this question that if I become a coach, even if I have something really good, even if I can really help people, people may not pay me? How many of you have this question that why would somebody pay money to me? Don't make that noise. You guys you should have that question, by the way. You really, really should. I think it's a very good question to ask. Why somebody going to pay money to you? You know why? It will only happen if you build a level of trust. I'm not saying you have to become a brand. I think people need to have trust that, hey, this person knows what they are talking about. I can trust them and they can give me the result. Then they will make the investment. So building credibility in the market is super, super, super essential. Fourth, and one of the things that I think a lot of people miss is marketing. What do I mean by this? Look, if you are in the year 2023, you cannot tell me that your business is referral based, word of mouth based. You go and tell people and people refer people. And no, it cannot be that. In today's time and age, you know what each one of us have? Let's stop the screen share. You know what each one of us have? So I was talking to my family. I still remember it was 2019, 2020. And though I knew about digital marketing, I was in the industry, sab chal raha tha, I think I had a very mind-shifting moment, right? I spoke to my parents. I was planning to go to Hong Kong in 2019, December for Christmas. I spoke to my family. I discussed, hey guys, I'm going to Hong Kong. I'm planning this trip. I really want to go to Disney World, wagera, wagera. I did all of that. I went to my room. I opened my phone. I went on my Instagram. Guess what's the first thing I saw? Yeah, a couple of you got it right. I started seeing packages of 4-night, 5-day trips to Hong Kong. I mean, of course, I did not go. I mean, lucky because COVID happened then in that period. So I'm pretty happy that I was in the country at that time. But I started seeing these messages, like these ads on my Instagram. And of course, I know all of us know this happens. But for me, that was such a mind-shifting moment because I was like, shit, like what we have today, it would have been a marketer's dream 15 years ago. The reason most people were stuck in job and they weren't doing anything of their own is marketing cost to start a business was very, very high at that time, correct? And why was it this high? Because if you wanted to market a product or service, you would have to do it to the whole world and hope a few interested people come to you. But today, I can specifically, let's say you want to do something with health and nutrition. You can specifically show your ad to a certain group of people in a certain area who read about certain things, are searching about health, and your ad would only go to them. You guys know what this means? Starting a business for anyone and everyone is so easy if they understand the right way to do marketing. Also not the bullshit way, but the right way. Like I know a lot of people run these ads where they are like, I can help you grow your business without running Instagram and Facebook ads just by and I'm like, bhai, aapki ad chal rahi hai. You are running and I had to show me this. If you could really do it without running any ads, why would you run ads to show me this? It's such a hypocrisy. So I'm not saying you do it any dumb way, but if you do it the right way, you can actually make a 7-figure business for yourself if you just know how to leverage this part. I know product has to be there, market need has to be there, trust, but then you fix this, automate a lot of work, and you're a given. You're like a legend. You're ready to go. And the final step, more than anything else, I think for me, this is the most important step of the whole thing, is that you have an action plan. Talking about it, thinking about it is not going to do it. You need to have a game plan with deadlines, with timelines that can help you read that magic. Now, move further. So guys, even if I wanted to, I couldn't have taught you a lot of this in detail on a 1-hour masterclass. So I have something that I want to share with you. Like I promised you in the beginning, you can hold me to it. Do I have your permission to go through this? Of how you can actually implement each of these steps and get result. Do I have your permission to do it? If yes, please give me a quick yes in the chat box. Thank you. I love it. So here's my proposition to you, right? What I want to do is I want to work with each one of you over the next 5 weeks, take you through these 5 steps, meet you twice a week for a training session. Each week there'll be 2 calls. So step 1 would be week 1, step 2 would be week 2, step 3 would be week 3, step 4 would be week 4, step 5 would be week 5. Each of these topics divided into 2 calls. I want to meet you on a Zoom call and I want to take you through the whole program and help you build a solid foundation to become a successful coach. Now, you register today. I take you through the 5 weeks starting from the coming week itself. And we build a solid foundation and help you have a game plan to become a 7-figure coach. Move further. I know this is a question that a lot of you may have now. You're like, Arzu, you said you're going to give something unbelievable, whatever. How much is this program going to cost? Ideally, I would market this program at 49,997. It's a 5-week program. We're taking you through a lot of detailed work, supporting you through the whole thing. However, like I said, I'm going to give you something that you've never seen or heard of before on this masterclass. Just for this masterclass. And here's what it is. So take a moment, read it. I actually genuinely mean it. Stop the screen share. Wasn't expecting this. Are you serious? What's the catch? How would you do that? Are you kidding me? Is it? Okay, wait, cool. How many of you have this question that all of that's fine, Arzu, but why? Why would somebody give a program for free? So before I give you a link to register, no, I'm not joking, guys. And this is not, no, I'm not kidding you. And no, none of that. This is not a joke. None of that. I genuinely am offering you a 5. Ritika bolti hai not possible. Are kyun not possible? Hear me out, okay? Am I running a charity organization? No. Do I run a business? Yes. Am I proud of running a business in this industry? Very, very proud of what we do here. Do I want to make money running this business? 100% yes. Then why am I giving this program for free? Few basic reasons. I'll explain you that first. And then I will go ahead and I will give you the link to actually register, if that makes sense to you, because I want to be transparent with each one of you, right? And then I want to move further. So why am I giving you this program for free? See, I can easily market this program for 40, 50,000. That's the market rate I can give you this program for. I can teach you all this. Then I can give you a certificate. I can celebrate and I can say, Tata, bye-bye. Please go ahead and implement this. How many people will implement it? 5%, 2%, 10%. Most people won't, right? Because it's just gyan and knowledge. And that doesn't, like in the words of the legendary Tony Robbins, right? Knowledge is potential power, not power. Most people would do jack shit with the knowledge that I give them. And I don't want to get into the business of sharing knowledge with people and charging them money for it. What I will do is I'll instead give you a 5-week program for free. At the end of the program, I do have something to offer you. And it will cost you money. But you have a choice whether you want to do it yourself or you want to come and work with me where I can help you implement all of it and actually build a business. It won't be cheap also. I don't do 40, 50,000 courses because I know even if I give an offer right now, 5-10% people will do it. The rest of the people will just go back home and feel, no, it may not work for me. What if I fail at this? What if this doesn't give? Most people in their fear will not act. But if 5 weeks, I can show you what you are capable of achieving and I can show you how good I am at my job, then would you be way more comfortable to make a decision for yourself, to make an investment in yourself, to take a leap of faith when you know something can really work for you? Would that make more sense? Yes or no? If yes, give me a yes in the chat box. Makes sense, right? And I am very sure of what I can help you do. So I'm very comfortable giving you a 5-week program for free. So can we have the slides back? I'm going to give you a basic outline of the course and then I will give you the link to register. 1 second, right? Yeah. So I'm going to give you a link in the chat box to register for the 5-week program for free. Then on Tuesday, at 9:30 p.m. IST, I will do a welcome call for you. So it'll be like an orientation call. Everybody will come. I'll give you an overview of how the course works, what's going to happen each week. After that, Tuesday, you meet me and the next day, Wednesday, say your batch starts. Every Wednesday and every Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Every single call, including the welcome call, is compulsory to attend. You cannot miss a single call. You have to be fully committed. You have to go through the 5 weeks with your videos on, an open mind, a good smile, and then we'll make this happen. So the link to register is in the chat box now. Go ahead and register for it. Stop the screen share, please. 1 second. So the link to register is in the chat box. Go ahead and register now and give me a done in the chat box once it's done. Here's the thing, right? When 2023 started, a lot of you would have made a lot of promises to yourself of what you're going to do this year. A good time to reflect on the year is now. How much of it have you actually accomplished in terms of results? And if you're far from the goals that you set, I think the hint is that you need to do something that you've not done before to get something that you've not gotten before. This is your opportunity to do that even before the year ends. To do the action bit. It will not happen by thinking. Link may, Mohammed, you may just have to click the link again. You know, when so many people click the link at the same time, sometimes it crashes. So you can just click on the link again and you can do it. And once done, you guys can come back and give me a done. Yeah, it goes without saying, I'm going to give my 100% over these 5 weeks with each one of you. We do not take these calls lightly. We really prepare for every single session we do with you. I don't hold back knowledge and information because I don't think we are in the business of knowledge and information. We are in the business of results. And I will not hold back anything that I can share with you over the 5 weeks. I will not. That's not how I operate. There's no fear in my mind, none of that. I think I just believe in what we do and I'm ready to do it the right way. But to get results, like I said in the beginning, you guys have to bring something on the table as well. And what you're going to bring right now is your action. So the link is in the chat box. Click on the link, register, and take your first step. Once you've registered, give me done. Come back. I'll give you guys 30 more seconds for everyone to register. Then I'll just conclude the call and we'll end this. But yeah, I'll give you guys a few minutes to go ahead and register. Okay, the link was not working. I can send the link again. No, guys, there are no recordings. It's only live. And I need you to be with me live. See, the point of doing this is to meet you for 5 weeks and to get you in the complete space and mindset of making this happen. You leverage on the momentum and you will make it happen for yourself. At the end of the registration page, there is a link to join a WhatsApp group. Please make sure you guys join that because all the details, the communication, the links, everything would be sent through the WhatsApp group. So make sure you join that. Amit, I think you come from a lot of inhibitions in life. Don't mind, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to help you. So one of the things, Amit, I'll tell you, you come with a lot of inhibitions in life. Nothing is free in the world. There are no free lunches. If that's how you operate life, that's what you will get. The 5 weeks is absolutely free. There is no catch, there are no hidden costs. I'm not going to suddenly get you on the registration page and say, no, but you have to pay 99 to do this. None of that. It's legit free. It really is. But you need to begin somewhere, right? You need to believe that there are opportunities in the world. If you believe in them, you will see them. And if you don't, you will not. So the group, the 5 weeks is legit free. I know I only work with 15 people at a time, guys, when I start something. I want to offer the course to all of you. At the end, there are only 15 people I want to work with long term. So I'm okay giving it for free to everyone. At the end, some people can do it themselves. People that want to do it with us, they can. So that's how it works. I'm going to send the link one last time in the chat box. Go ahead, click on it, register, and take your first step. Because what you believe is what you get eventually. So the link is in the chat box. And yeah, after that, please join the group as well. And once done, of course, give me a done in the chat box so I know it's done. So no, I'm looking forward to it too. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. I genuinely appreciate this. I don't say this lightly. I genuinely appreciate it. I think it's so difficult when you make a decision for yourself. We all have to fight our own existing beliefs and patterns to be able to make a decision for ourselves in life, to take a leap of faith, to try something new. And you guys have done that for yourself. And I truly respect it and value it, because I know how it was when I was on your side of the table once. And sometimes that leap of faith, it is so important to try, and it is so important to give ourselves a chance. And each one of you here today have given yourself a chance, and to do that, you've taken a leap of faith in me. So I will do everything I can in my power to live up to it 100%. And you guys have to do the same. So I'm going to send the link in the chat box again, because a lot of you are telling me that you're facing challenges to register. So I'm going to send the link once again in the chat box, only for people that haven't been able to join. You can click on this link, register. I'm going to see you for the welcome call. And then we're going to begin this 5-week journey. I'm super thrilled and excited. I hope you are as well. This is going to be a really new beginning for you in your life, and we will make something incredible happen. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys on the other. Bye. See you guys on Tuesday at the welcome call.